This is Margaret Ann Windsor. That's my real name, and I have to use the name Peggy Ann Dempsey. I'm married to Childers. Today is May the 19th, 2014. Um, I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 41. I was born in 39, brought to Moulton, Alabama, and I wanted to give you the reason, background, and it takes a couple of tapes, so I hope you'll bear with me. Um, I'm just going to read this because this has happened where I live is controlled, the places I live or go. And that's all I can say. I'm not free to move about. I'm a hostage. And I guess I should say this. This is my father, King Edward VIII, that I found out in 83 after running in a political campaign about my kidnapping and my father and who I am. This is my grandfather, George V. This is George VI, Elizabeth's father, and this baby was named after him. He's with Roosevelt in 39 planning my kidnapping. My father was illegally taken down. He was married to uh, George O'Keefe's sister, my mom, Claudia. And this is an imposter that married Wallace Simpson. She too was born out of wedlock, and there's patterns that I hope you can see in this, but most of all, what's been done to me. These are the shoes I've worn. I managed to save a few bucks because my jobs were shut down in 86, or really before I came here in 86 to Roanoke. I haven't been able to buy another pair of shoes. I can't even buy glasses. I went to the doctor last year, but can't, don't have the money to get the prescription filled and glasses, etc. So let me get to what I'm trying to say. When I came here, I couldn't get jobs, and this is because I was brought, all this has happened because I was brought to Moulton, Alabama in 41. I'm a hostage, just like the British are. This is the death certificate for Carl. I was given the name of the twin. And he was killed by his mother, and so was Peggy. That's the name I have to use. Her name is Lina Mae Dempsey. And by the way, she was with George Wallace in Laurel, Maryland when he was shot. And she worked in his campaign, and I don't think George Wallace liked her at all. But she was there, and there's a point to this. The man that shot George Wallace was programmed to shoot him. Why do you think George Wallace was really shot? Okay, but she was with him. Now then, she killed her two children, and this is the birth certificate for Carl, not the death. They've actually, when I asked for the birth certificates for legal purposes, I have to use that name. This is the what all of it is like. It's so ludicrous. The birthday given me, and I always used, I don't know if they thought I'd die or what, was January the 7th of 39. Now then, here is the name I have to use, Peggy Ann Dempsey. January the 7th, they marked through the month and put January, and left the 7 and the 38. Now then, here's Carl's death certificate, Carl Preston, and, well, I don't know, that's his birth certificate too. The death certificate's next. On his birth certificate, they've changed the month, and they've inserted January the 7th. I can't tell what it is, 39, I suppose. And they marked out the 8 on his. Lina, that's okay, and this is Carl. And by the way, they've used his name in all these patterns and everything using mind control, too. This is his death certificate, Moulton, Alabama. This is from Montgomery, Alabama. You're not supposed to make any changes on these. They're what you use for passport and legal. Now then, all I can show you here is that E. Dempsey, Lina, they killed the baby and then later killed Peggy. And then I was placed there and given her name and ID and grew up being told that's who I was, so I found out in '83. And yes, the British have told me. And yes, it's true, and I'm the legal monarch, Victoria II. They took my father down illegally. I've said this, he was married to Georgia O'Keeffe's sister, the artist. She's an American. The New World Order, Illuminati, global, that's in place now, the Freemasons, took him down, orchestrated it, and my own uncle, and Joe Kennedy, who is JFK's father. Now, no doctor ever saw Carl. He was murdered. They buried him in a casket in the winter, so I'm told. And I believe it. I was told this growing up because I don't think they ever knew I'd find out. Now, so that's the reason for what's being done to me over all my life. But I wanted to read to you, they've used my illness. I actually have an immune disorder to where if I'm around chemicals, certain chemicals I'm allergic to, like someone's allergic to bees or peanuts, and you put them in a room or force feed them, then it's going to hurt them. Most people wouldn't think of doing that. It'd be illegal. Now then, I'm just going to go here because this is everywhere I've gone. This applies to. They have, the law enforcement goes ahead of me, or I wouldn't have even a place to go, but the forest, which I've gone to, the national forest, froze and starved and get run from there and locked up, get this, for living in the forest. It's just that the point is these are done in patterns, and when I was locked up, they actually stood there and did the patterns. They used the Woody as, well, I won't try to explain. Woody Harrelson played Larry Flint, and Larry Flint was right here in Roanoke. Jerry Falwell, the parody thing. And you get lost in me trying to tell it. But it's where they've put me and everything that feeds into the patterns. This is Timothy McVeigh. Check the year that happened. And he was under my control. He even said the Army put a chip in him. And that's William the illegal, and they put a chip in him in case he got kidnapped. Now, you think they're trying to tell you something? I was kidnapped, and here they are living good off of my money. So I'm going to, before this goes out, it's already ready to go out. Here's some of the mind control murders. Now, the ones I told about happened before then. And this is Larry Flint, who was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing the book, and his attorney killed in the person program. And that was '84. And Malcolm Barber was an FBI agent out of Atlanta that I did meet. I had a letter from them in '79, and then I had antifreeze put in me in April Fool of '80. Illegally carried across the state line to trying to hurry and it's not working across the state line. And I'm leaving out all that happened. You can't tell the horror. I was supposed to have died. Went to work for Fred Simpson. Remember, Simpson was supposed to marry my father and become the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. They took my father's name, my mother's, and mine, and they've gotten away with it. So this is about to go out. I might as well let it go, and if you care to follow it, you can. I'll give you the date. So I'm going to try to go to another tape.